Good evening and welcome to Survive 365, Your 360. I'm your host, DK Garrison, and we're here tonight with the PR Experience. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Well, let's jump right in. We'll start with you, Brother Marvin Pryor.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, your musical background, sir.
Well, after completing high school, I began my musical career at, or should I say, training at the Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts. I was there basically from 80 through 84. We like to refer to those days as the final days of the Berklee mystique, meaning that a lot of greats came out of during that era. I was very privileged and humbled to be in that environment and that arena during those days.
Who are some of the greats that came out with you?
Oh wow! When I tell you, when I start reflecting on the individuals that were there when I was there, I just marvel at times because, again, at times I felt like I was out of my element. But I was there with Branford Marcellus. We had Donald Harrison. We had people like Marvin Smitty Smith. We had individuals like Jeff Watts. We had Walter Beasley. The list goes on. Alex Bouillon. And all of these individuals, they were just some incredible cats. We often said that the mystique about Berklee College of Music was basically the environment. You know, you learned a great deal from the classes, but just being around giants as such, to see the work ethic and see the passion that they had for this wonderful art form of music. It was just incredible. It motivated you. And I often tell this story. My first night there, as a trombonist coming from my little small town in South Carolina, I thought I was a hot act. And I was humbled my very first night there when they had this open jam session. I'll never forget the room E15, which was the gathering spot and the late hours where musicians would come together and showcase the town. So it was a incredible experience.
Well, perfect. Brother Nelson?
Hey, man.
Well, you and I have somewhat of a background together. Tell us a little bit about your background musically.
Well, musically, I graduated from Columbia High School and then went on down to Florida A&M University. Yeah, little mistakes real quick. And down there, I got some really good training and was lucky enough to, when I auditioned, I got into the jazz band. And there, I learned a lot from Lindsey Sargent. And also, I was around a lot of great musicians who are now some real good legends. One of them, I can just remember him just playing right in my ear, Scotty Barnhart.
Absolutely.
Was, he came back for his senior recital, he played tuba on his senior recital, and also he played a little bit of trombone. That's Wycliffe Gordon.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So a lot of those guys, and it had some. The whole jazz band was just really stacked. And was down there for a while, of course, drum major in '92.
Of course.
Of course. And then after that, I transferred. Went over to Delaware State University, got a chance to start my own jazz group at the time. And we finished up there, studied with Donald Byrd, and played around, and then came back down here to Atlanta.
So how'd you two meet?
Wow, that's a long story. Well, I remember this cat from high school, actually. I was a high school band director at Towers High School at the time. He was a student at Columbia High School, and his band director, which is Robert Korn, we had this great idea to form a district-wide jazz ensemble. So that was our first initial meeting. However, it resurfaced again some years later. I was a band director at Stevenson High School, and this young guy come walking in one day, just kind of hanging out, and I discovered that he had just graduated with a music ed degree, and he was looking for employment. And I said, hey, look, I think this is your lucky day. I think we need a director in our middle school, and we would love to have you there. So go down and meet with principal there and see if you can make this thing happen. And you know, as fate would have it, it happened, and he became a member of the band staff at Stevenson High School. So that was the initial meeting.
Wow. Now I know for those who have not had the pleasure of hearing the PR Experience, tell us a little bit about what type of music that one will hear once we come out and hear your wonderful band.
Well, you're going to hear a little bit of everything. You know, you're going to hear some basic classic jazz style, swing. Then you're going to hear some funk. You're going to hear some a little bit of a flavor of R&B. You may even hear a little bit of hip hop and things that we do. So I think we cover all gambits of the musical genre we play.
And depending on the mood that Nelson's in that night, you may even hear country. He has a wonderful rendition of a country song, you know,
yeah, man,
Oak Ridge Boys and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, all jokes aside, we try to give the people what they want. We try to play some things that will crave our appetite, but at the same time, we really do cater to our audiences to make sure that they're satisfied customers when they leave our event. So one of the things that I think makes us very unique is the fact that we engage our audience in our show.
Wow.
And so you never know what to expect from night to night. You may be handed an instrument to actually participate in our performance, or we may call anyone out of the audience to render a rendition of their favorite song or whatever. So it's all in fun. It is definitely an outlet for us. Our primary profession happens to be educators. And we do that during the day, and we just a living testament that you can have a passion that you do, you know, after putting in that 9 to 5. And
Right,
that's what we do.
right. Well, we're here in Atlanta, Georgia, and right this weekend we had obviously a big event. For African Americans, it's a huge musically as well as football event with TSU coming into town to play Florida A&M. I understand you guys will be performing this weekend as well. Where are we going to get a chance to see you?
You get a chance to see us down at Cat's Cafe, and that's on Saturday night. The show's going to start up at 9 o'clock, and it's going to be packed full of great musicians. And also we have some special guests coming by. One of our good friends from FAMU, actually, Kimberly Holloway, is coming by and doing some songs with us.
Great songs.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And we would add that you might want to get there early.
What time did it start?
Well, it starts at 9, but you know, 8 would be a good time to arrive because it's a very intimate setting, and on that particular night, you're going to have a lot of greats coming through there. And so again, we invite you to come out. If you're a musician, bring your axe.
Yeah, we got a jam session that's going to start about 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Right.
Absolutely. Now, guys, real quick, if someone wanted to get in touch with you,